Ready? Start. In a meeting with state leaders and representatives, Home Minister Amit Shah noted that the geographical influence of the Masters has reduced from 96 districts in 10 states in 2010 to 41 now. Full stop. The contraction is not surprising. Full stop. Armed struggle has found few takers beyond select pockets untouched by development or linkage with the welfare state and far from consolidating its presence, a prospect that seemed possible following the merger of two major Naxalite groups into the prescribed Communist Party of India. The organization is limited to the remote and densely forested terrains of central and east central India, rather than mobilizing discontents with the Indian state by projecting its weakness and ensuring inclusion and welfare. The masters have privileged armed struggle, invited state repression, and sought to use this to recruit adherents. Such a strategy has led to some of India's poorest people, the tribals in Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand in particular, being caught up in endless violence and also caused severe losses to the masters as well as anti-insurgent security forces. This has followed the predictable path of most masters insurgents that retrained armed struggle to achieve their aims in the Philippines and Peru, for example, leaving behind death and violence rather than enabling genuine uplift of the poor. Despite this, the masters have not budged from their flawed understanding of the nature of the Indian state and democracy, unwilling to accept that the poor people whom they claim to represent seek greater engagement with the electoral and welfare system. The Masters insurgency still has potency in southwestern in Chhattisgarh, the Andhra Odisha border, and in some districts in Jharkhand. These states must focus on expansive welfare and infrastructure building even as security forces try to weaken the Masters. Frequent attacks have not only affected the security forces but also left many tribals civilians caught in the crossfire. A purely security driven approach fraught with human rights violations has only added to the alienation among the poor in these areas. The masters must be compelled to give up their armed struggle, and this can only happen if the tribal people and civil society activists promoting peace and also empowered. The Indian government should not be satisfied with the mere weakening of the masters' insurgency and reduced commitment made for the developmental needs of some districts of concern in states such as Jharkhand, as its chief minister has alleged. The union government and the state must continue to learn from successes such as the expansion of welfare and rights in limiting the movement and failures that have led to the continuing spiral of violence in select districts.